It's a new year, and there's a lot that is new in our country today.
So what's been happening?
Liquid water has been found on Mars.
I never thought I'd be sitting here today after a face transplant.
African countries are expected to be declared Ebola-free by the end of 2015.
Meet Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana of Cambridge.
This Oscar.
The only thing that separates women of color from anyone else is opportunity.
When I was 16 years old, I tried to kill myself. So I would like for this moment to be for that kid out there who feels like she's weird or she's different or she doesn't fit in anywhere. Yes, you do.
Lewis Hamilton, triple world champion.
Britain have done it in the most spectacular style.
Australia have dumped the host out of the competition. This is a World Cup dream for them.
Here it is, 10 o'clock, and we are saying the Conservatives are the largest party.
God, we can probably influence the outcome of an election. And now I think you can't influence the outcome of an election.
Any chance we can start?
The National League for Democracy, her party, has won that crucial majority.
It's time for a change in this country, my friends. A real change.
And many more still unaccounted for tonight after the worst disaster Nepal has seen in nearly a century.
Nemtsov was fatally shot late last night as he walked with a woman right near the Kremlin.
The co-pilot manipulated the flight monitoring system keys so that to accelerate the descent of the plane.
The government of the Republic of South Africa has not bribed anyone to secure the rights of the 2010 FIFA World Cup.
At least 220 pilgrims have been killed in a stampede at Mina.
The Palestine-Israel conflict tends to move in cycles. The coverage of it ebbs and flows.
Some are calling this the third intifada. The first started in 1987. The second began in 2000.
Today's shooting was the 355th mass shooting this year in the United States.
It's a great story for a couple of days, and then it goes to the back burner and nothing happens.
If you had more guns, you have more protection.
But it does seem to be a little bit of disparity here in how people get treated. This mass killer who just shot 9 people to death in a church says, oh, I'm hungry. Why don't you go run and get me a Burger King?
Once again, that we have to peer into the abyss of the depraved violence that we do to each other and the nexus of a just gaping racial wound that will not heal, yet we pretend doesn't exist.
7 countries right now allowed the death penalty for having consensual homosexual relationships.
This morning, the Supreme Court recognized that the Constitution guarantees marriage equality, that all people should be treated equally, regardless of who they are or who they love.
Many campaigners saw this vote about same-sex marriage as a test of equality and acceptance in modern Ireland.
We have come a long way.
We really cannot turn our face away from these people.
You also got to look after local people.
Too many people from the Islamic faith coming over.
Is there not a question of compassion here?
We are proposing that Britain should resettle up to 20,000 Syrian refugees.
She made this announcement of the open door policy without limits.
Most of these people from Syria haven't even come from war anywhere near the war. They're just using this as a migrant takeover, that's all it is.
But when our country returned as it was in the past, we should come back to our country because we want to rebuild Syria.
Russia has confirmed that as of today, they have launched airstrikes in Syria against ISIS forces.
At least 30 people have been killed in France's first airstrike.
Blow up France and tear it down to pieces. As long as you continue bombing, they warn, you will never find peace.
These were the first victims of 6 simultaneous attacks.
At the Bataclan concert hall, more shootings and an ongoing hostage crisis.
I want to believe that we're not going to live in a world of fear.
Islamophobic hate crimes rose by 300% in the weeks after the Paris attacks.
I'm a Muslim and I'm told I'm a terrorist. I trust you. Do you trust me?
Intensification of airstrikes on ISIS targets in Syria and Iraq.
The United Kingdom is largely responsible for the fact that Saudi Arabia ended up on the Human Rights Council.
Now this sounds a bit squalid for one of the most human rights abusing regimes on earth. Well, I say we totally oppose that record. No, but why do we do it?
Agreement currently on the table is the best way to ensure Iran doesn't build a
bomb.
Quite the contrary. I think this is a terrible historic mistake.
It doesn't really matter what you say about this because the deal has been done. It will be implemented.
The Middle East is not a game where you play neutral middleman. You can be, as a journalist, you should be neutral and impartial on the side of those who suffer.